We're also going to revoke the citizenship of any naturalized immigrant from Somalia or anywhere else who is convicted of defrauding our citizens. We're going to get them the hell out of here fast. And if you come to America to rob Americans, we're throwing you in jail and we're sending you back to the place from where you came. We're throwing you right in jail. And they know it too.
In this country, we do not blame the lawlessness of an individual on a whole community.
We accept the president's words. They came from a place of anger and disappointment. I'm sure many Americans feel the same way.
The president was right to let loose his feelings. It shocked us into understanding the severity of the harm our people caused.
These criminals betrayed America's welcoming spirit. The scale of these crimes has stained the reputation of American Somalis.
America's freedoms allowed us to build a unique community here in Minnesota. In return, we must promise to weed out any evil living among us.
Ending the TPS program for Somalia does not align with the facts, the purpose of the program, or the basic humanitarian principle. This decision, we know, is political. It is not logical. It sends a dangerous message to even most clear humanitarian protections can be dismantled without regard for the reality. When protections are stripped from Somalis, despite undeniable conditions, the entire TPS program and the framework of it is broken. And so we are encouraging everyone who's on TPS program to immediately reach out to organizations, or if they have an immigration attorney, please consult with the immigration attorney. Do not make any decisions at this moment without consulting.
When you wake up and find out your temporary status is gone.
Trump administration is ending the temporary protected status of Somali migrants. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem telling Fox News, temporary means temporary.
Yep, that's the definition.
Country conditions in Somalia have improved to the point that it no longer meets the law's requirement for temporary protected status.
Which means you good, boo. You can go home.
Further, allowing Somali nationals to remain temporarily in the United States is contrary to our national interests. We are putting Americans first.
We got till March 17th to get the heck out, but I love how little mama says, oh, no. He doesn't have the power to do that. How people think that Trump can't make a call or two before he gets on social media. Yo, I'm just calling to make sure that I can remove this temporary status bullshit real quick before I post this. Yeah? Okay, cool.
You know when the shit hits the fan that I'm going to be right there to let you know what fuck's going on. Take a good look at these two. They're saying goodbye. Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem announced today that, well, protection status is now OVER, claiming that Somalia is enough, the country of Somalia is safe enough for anybody residing in the United States of America can now go home. So these gals are very upset because they have to go home. They've been here long enough living on free stuff and on the backs of the American taxpayer. Now, according to Secretary Kristi Noem, they have until March 17th to say goodbye and pack it on up and leave the United States of America.
No surprise, Somalia has been removed from temporary protected status. The Department of Homeland Security has announced their 60-day notification to terminate temporary protected status. This termination would go into effect March 16th, 2026. If you are from Somalia and have TPS, you have to get on the CBP Home app and register to depart the United States by that date. There have been 11 countries in total that have been removed from the TPS list. These countries, the Department of Homeland Security has made the determination that they're safe to live in and for the TPS recipients to go back to countries including Afghanistan, Haiti, Venezuela, and now Somalia.
They should have come here legally then. Well, what do you say now that they are literally taking away the naturalization and taking away work permits and citizenship from Somalians on March 17th? ones that have already been here that are in the TPS protection program, we are now just backtracking and changing all the rules, and all of a sudden they don't count anymore, that they're not citizens anymore, we're not going to protect them anymore. What's your excuse now? Because these people did it legally. These people did it the right way, like you want everyone to do. So what's your excuse now? Somalia is a better country now, so they need to go back home. Really? Because there's a travel advisory out and has been out for years. Many of these people have been in America for the past 34 years since we enacted this program in 1991. Many of them had their children here. These people aren't even from Somalia. Their children aren't. What are they going to go home to? Many of them don't have anything to go home to.
Family, for those who may not fully understand what's going on, TPS is not some handout or shortcut. It's a legal protection granted to people from countries experiencing war, experiencing instability, or even humanitarian crisis, allowing them to live and even work in the US without fear of deportation. Now, some Somalis have lived under this protection for decades because Somalia has never truly stabilized, and now suddenly that protection is being pulled out from under them. And what you're seeing right now is raw anger, not manufactured outrage, not social media exaggeration, but real people panicking about their futures. And so mothers wondering what happens to their US-born children, fathers asking whether decades of work, decades of taxes, and even community building meant absolutely nothing. And so young people who grew up pledging allegiance to the American flag now being told in effect that America no longer wants them. And here's where the frustration really deepens, family. Many in the Somali community, like other immigrant groups, were politically engaged. Some believed campaign promises. Some were told immigration enforcement would only target criminals. Some were assured that law-abiding families would be left alone. And yet here we are again, family, watching the same pattern repeat itself. Broad immigration crackdowns, little distinction, little compassion, and even devastating consequences. And so what's particularly painful is the sense of betrayal. TPS holders followed the rules. They checked in with immigration year after year. They paid renewal fees. They worked essential jobs, that is driving trucks, staffing hospitals, cleaning offices, running small businesses. And during COVID, many of them were called heroes. Today, they are being treated as disposable. And so Somali advocates are speaking out, saying this decision ignores reality. And so Somali is still dealing with conflict, displacement, terrorism, and even economic collapse. And so, family, sending people back is not just cruel, it's dangerous. And yet policy decisions are being made from a distance, often reduced to talking points about border security while completely ignoring the human cost. And so this moment is also reopening a larger conversation about how America treats immigrants when they are no longer particularly or even politically convenient. And so TPS was never meant to be permanent, yes, but it was also never meant to be revoked without regard for conditions on the ground or even the lives built in the meantime. And so when you allow people to stay for 10, 15, 20 years, raise families, buy homes, and even integrate fully into society, pulling the rug out becomes more than policy. And so it becomes a moral question, family. And family, this isn't just a Somali issue, really. This is a warning shot to every immigrant community in America. That is the Haitians, that is the Venezuelans, the Hondurans, the Salvadorans. If TPS can disappear overnight for one group, it can disappear for all. And so the outrage you are seeing today is rooted in fear, and yes, but also in clarity. People are realizing that political rhetoric has consequences, and those consequences land hardest on the most vulnerable. And so as this story continues to unfold, family, the question still remains, who is America for and who gets to belong? Because you cannot build a nation on immigration labor, immigrant loyalty, and immigrant sacrifice, then turn around and erase them when it's time to score political points. And so the contradiction is exactly why this decision has struck such a nerve, and why Somali across the US are saying loudly and clearly that this is unjust, this is dangerous, and we will not be silent.